COVID, somehow something triggered, and I was working for the social sector enterprise out of Uttarakhand. We did something happened very quickly, and you won't believe, it was all magic. On my Instagram account, I created posts for them, a lot of work, which was again published everywhere on their
Yeah, yeah.
pages and social media pages. We created a film, and this whole line during COVID was, "You miss the hills, they miss you more."
Sorry,
So
could you
because
please?
you miss the hills, they
Yeah,
miss you more. And basically, my soul is in Uttarakhand was the tagline. So that sector of giving back, working for brands which are unknown, which are really struggling right now,
yeah, yeah.
right? So if as a creative person, I could give back to them, to the society, it was a big, I mean, I was very happy. The area I would like to work in would be government,
Yeah,
social
yeah.
sector.
Social
So,
sector. Yeah,
right. So there was this "Do Boon Jeevan Ki," which is two drops of life
yeah,
for
yeah,
polio,
yeah, yeah.
or "Hum Do Hamare Do," which is the population control of India. Like we do, and we have two kids, something like that, which is like development communication.
Yeah.
That, I mean, if I get an opportunity, I would like to work in that field. Work for the people. We're all stupid, creative people. We want to change the world. If you get a chance, we
Yeah,
would do
yeah.
that, right?
You want to move people on a
Yeah.
larger scale, by working
Yes.
for a government or social sector, so that you could reach millions of
Many more
people
people.
and
Many.
basically empower them in some way or educate them or
Educate them
encourage
for
them.
a very small thing. So that would be very good. That would be very good.
Yeah, yeah. So there is a bit
I
of,
would I would take that opportunity if I get.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's hope that it
Fingers
happens
crossed.
soon because I would love to see your ads on sandwich boards. Hey, my friend created that.
Bye. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Speaking of creativity and advertising, what's a common advertising mistake brands keep making, no matter how big or experienced they are? Like that's one common mistake that you just knew you'd want to say that, okay, guys, just let's stop this nonsense.
Trying too hard.
Trying too
Trying
hard,
too hard and losing their brand voice. It's really
losing
important.
where?
Just brand voice.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Brand voice is really important.
yeah,
Look, a brand needs to stay at least for 3 to 5 years,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
Airtel was very consistent with their work.
yeah,
If you see the logo change, the brand change,
yeah,
they stayed for at least 3 to 5 years, 3 to 5 years. Then they moved on to the next campaign. One of the best examples out of Indian advertising would be Cadbury's Dairy Milk. कुछ मीठा हो जाए, एक नई शुरुआत,
yeah,
मीठे में क्या है? Fantastic campaigns over the years.
yeah.
Slowly they have replaced meetha with Cadbury's
With
Dairy Milk.
Cadbury, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Dairy
yeah.
milk is meetha. If you study the market, if you study the chocolates, how they have done, it's like the expensive ones, the Bonville. Then they have the normal dairy milk. There's silk in it. Then there is obviously they have extensions.
Yeah, yeah,
The small packs, the really small packs, the 5 rupee pack.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody, from a rich person to a hard-working Indian,
yeah,
can buy this chocolate. It's aspirational. It's love. And I asked this to my students. So, if you on Valentine's Day, which just went last month, would you give a Dairy Milk or a Kit Kat? I said, sir, Dairy Milk. I said, why? Because God knows why.
yeah.
The brand has built that. And
Yeah, they
that's
have positioned themselves
their
as,
position.
yeah, rich. I guess or I don't know, rich, yeah, maybe in
Yeah,
taste or
rich. I
even
mean, rich doesn't mean, rich means love,
love.
feelings,
Yeah,
emotions. And there's a certain aspiration to the brand. Of course it is.
yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, we all like good things. Let's not shy from this. We all like good things. We really want a good. And if my first girlfriend or whatever, I just want to give her the
yeah,
best, man. You want to bring the moon for her.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So why not, dairy
yeah.
milk? So it's a
Ah,
very
yeah.
good example. It's a very very good
Actually,
example.
yeah. So basically, trying too hard. When you
Trying
say
too hard, using
trying
your
too
brand
hard,
voice, trying too many things,
yeah, okay,
being viral. Look, it needs to be created.
yeah,
Virals don't just happen. There's science behind it. There's a lot of science goes behind virals.
yeah, yeah,
Timing, trends, what is happening, who's your target audience.
yeah.
the number of content pieces you're creating, how you're pushing,
Yeah.
the influencer network that you're using to push it for the first 100, shares that you're doing. So all the things are very important.
Yeah.
Don't try too hard here.
Yeah.
And if you actually try too hard, if you're really pushing the boundaries just because you want to or
Yeah.
you have to, the
Yeah.
consumer is really smart right now. They will
Yeah.
offer
Yeah.
you anything. Right? Consumer is not stupid. Yes, he's looking or she's looking for a good deal, but do not try to cheat that person.
Yeah. Yeah. I could never understand this obsession with virality. I could never understand. I'm like, what's up with this obsession? So
No,
because
it's the pressure on the brand managers.
yeah, yeah,
Simple. It's the pressure on the brand managers. Hey, Nafin, so many people was there, and so many calls. So, for example, in the old print ads, they used to say, call this number. So we got so many calls, this and that. Now it's like impressions and how many, conversions have you had? How many clicks have you had? What's your CTR or
yeah, yeah.
all those things. So, I mean, it's the same mechanics for the brand managers, but the execution of which is got changed from calls, it's CTR and impressions.
Basically, trying too hard is the one mistake that brand should avoid. That brand should, stop doing it and
Storytelling is missing from the Indian market.
from the Indian market
Everyone is now focusing on just selling. You can
selling.
sell
Yeah,
to a point,
yeah,
but in the end, a good storyteller, a brand which creates a connect, like Zomato.
yeah,
Zomato is a fantastic example how they have moved from one place to another.
yeah,
They started when they came to the market. Again, if you see the product life cycle, it is about introduction. So you're trying to convert people. So you give them,
yeah,
you give them freebies.
yeah,
You move to the growth, which is again, you make content, you make more content, which the discovery and things like this. Then there's a combination of four types of content. So where all the consumers, different consumers are there. Nowadays, the rush to ROI, sell everything. Right?
yeah, yeah,
Fine, you make money, but Zomato, if you study Zomato, they're not overtly selling. They're
yeah,
selling a brand story. They are still saying "Mummy ka haath ka khana." They say don't have food at home. They are selling the
yeah,
employees, the
yeah,
riders, the partners, not the
yeah,
riders. Sorry, partners.
yeah,
Always call them partners.
yeah,
The
yeah,
partners. So again, it's a wholesome brand. It is an
yeah,
app, right? Which is just making two people join. That's it. But they're trying to create a brand out of it.
yeah, yeah,
Beautiful thing. I mean,
yeah,
students must study this.
yeah. Hmm. Okay, so basically, story telling is something that, especially Indian brands, should embrace it. And I completely understand because, while living in the UK, I see their ads. They are so creative ads. I think the one thing that English people do well is basically creating ads. They are great at it. Like
Yeah, yeah. They have a
it's like
sense of humor is phenomenal. They have that,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Sense of humor. Yeah, it's
And
pretty. Yeah,
technology is there. The brand managers are far more, they take risks more.
yeah,
Also, what is happening in our country, so every country, you have to study the global environment, you study the national environment, you have to
yeah.
study the numbers.
Huh.
Every quarter, there's pressure on brand managers.
Yeah.
Too much competition, too many brands. So I don't blame them. I
Yeah,
seriously don't
yeah,
blame them. It's
of
a tough
course.
place to be.
So now I will move on to some fun, light-hearted questions.
Okay.
So my next question is, if you had to make a 30-second ad for yourself, what
Yeah.
would it say? You have to sell yourself now in a most
God.
creative manner.
Oh God.
You have to move
If
the listeners and me. Like you just
shit. So I will. No. Okay. Tough. So I will latch on to another ad, which I think was the Guinness ad. Good
yeah,
things come to for those who wait. Good thing comes to those who wait.
those who wait.
So I would put that in reverse.
Yeah,
So I would say part of my life was in theater.
yeah,
Part of my life was working, teaching kids, advertising, school, college, heartbreaks, everything that like a rewind, like a flashback of my life.
yeah,
And then I'm like a really young kid
yeah,
who's got a pen
yeah,
and starts writing something and says, "It's your story, the way you write, or it's how you write it, or something, something like this. You put me into the spotlight, so this is what I can think of." So it is your story actually. There's so much life has so much to offer.
Yeah.
And everything has to be there. Heartbreaks, pain, struggles, deaths,
Yeah.
separations, everything has to be there. And everyone goes through it. And I would say my ad, I've been blessed. I've been given quite a bit. I'll put that in reverse. And yeah, 3-second ad for myself. Oh God, I've not written an ad film for a long, long time here.
But I'm sure,
Tough.
it's in you.
Okay, so I'll have a spotlight and it'll have me at different places.
Different places. Okay.
So, for example, lights on, I'm on the stage, I'm performing. Lights off, lights on, I'm in class, I'm teaching. Lights on, lights off. So
Yeah, yeah,
this is the technique that we're using, and it'll be in every part of my life. Where on the stage, in the classroom, running, sweating, getting angry, could be just in the hills. So every part of my life, all the good things and the bad things. I will not say bad things, tough
yeah,
things,
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah, yeah,
reverse,
yeah,
because that's my life.
yeah,
Awards, films, appointments,
yeah,
issues,
yeah,
and it's in reverse and through school, college, till a time I'm like a young kid,
yeah,
and I have a blank sheet. I could have a crayon in my hand, and I'm trying to draw or write. His name was, oh no, sir, I'm writing my story. Like that's how the line starts,
yeah.
and it just ends. It's your story the way you write it, or it's your story. You hold the pen. Something. I mean,
It's your
something
story.
like this. Something like this, and you
No,
have
I
to
mean,
accept everything that's part of life.
you actually narrated that very beautifully. I was kind of, I was able to uh,
Visualize.
walk with you. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was kind of, I was being able to visualize it, whatever you were telling me, the way you were narrating the transition. Yeah. No, 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 it
Yeah.
was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so from advertising to teaching, what was the
Hmm.
transition like? Did your students ever Google you and go, "Hey, you made that ad. Was it you?"
Yeah, there has been one ad which apparently there's some website in India which all these kids go. I'm forgetting which one was it.
Yeah,
And it was basically it won Communication Arts, won a very prestigious award out of America.
yeah,
It was for Oral B.
yeah,
It was a guerrilla marketing. So
yeah,
Oral B, the
yeah,
toothbrush,
yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah,
message on the it's a huge toothbrush, and we have placed the toothbrush, the bristles part, at very hard to reach places. For example, behind the escalator, behind air
yeah,
conditioning ducts. So
yeah,
just the
yeah, yeah.
bristle parts are in, and the message on that big toothbrushes reaches everywhere.
Reaches everywhere.
So it I had done that long time back in 2007. It won Communication Arts, and students are really surprised. Oh, you did that, and sir, it's been trending somewhere, this and that. We didn't know. So I was like, okay, cool, not bad. Like I
Yeah,
have something out there. So, but yeah, some of the films like Max New York Life, the Sanju film,
yeah,
some students were really impressed. Ki, oh, you
yeah,
have done this. I said
yeah,
yes, and some headlines on Volvo.
yeah,
So yeah, man. I mean, the world has been genuinely kind. Genuinely kind. Students have been wonderful. They have been truly blessed.
yeah. Well,
So
they are
good fun.
lucky to have you as a teacher, who has
No, no,
got
I'm
this.
lucky to have. I mean, really lucky to be in this profession of and every day I'm learning something. Every day I'm studying,
Of course.
and it keeps your mind active, and that's the best
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. Of course, 100%.
Yeah.
So, what's that, one thing you learned from advertising that helps you in the classroom?
From advertising, and I try to do this in my class with
Yeah,
intention. Your intention of doing good for the brand must be carried out. The intention part must be carried out in the classroom,
yeah, yeah,
right? And because of that 30 seconds,
yeah,
right? Because you're trained for 30 seconds, then you're trained for 5 seconds now with the
yeah,
ads.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You have to be on your toes, and you have to have the kids on their toes, because you're responsible as a professor,
yeah,
that once they go and join the work, the
yeah,
office environment, they have to be ready.
yeah,
So you have to have them like on their toes. Ki, okay, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this
yeah,
mean? Tell me that.
yeah,
That cut, that crazy that we have in advertising, that craziness, that is for about 14 hours, 15 hours.
yeah,
That needs to be compressed in 55 minutes.
yeah,
So that they're on the toes. They are ready for this chaos and order.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah.
that I carried in from advertising to my class
Okay.
students.
So they have to be on their toes. all the
Yeah, I'm on
time,
my
and
toes.
chaos and order.
Chaos and order.
Chaos and
Both
order
together. Both.
go together. Yeah, okay. It's a good exercise. Yeah, good skill to have if
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
they.
yeah. So advertising, I mean, it's chaotic advertising, man. How we get through our work, it was crazy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need to have that craziness
Of
in your
course.
classroom
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, yeah. That is true. That is true.
That's my
That's
USP, I believe.
Speaking of teaching, I'm assuming that you teach Gen Z. So is it a battle or blessing? Teaching them
It's a
about
blessing.
creativity
It's a
because
blessing
it's a blessing.
because I learned about Taylor Swift. What are Swifties? Who are Swifties? I learned about K-pop.
Yeah,
But you know what? It's fascinating. Students have learned Korean, fluent Korean, to understand K-pop. There's this
yeah.
one wonderful student of mine, God bless her, Aradhna. She's now working for one of the biggest K-pop groups in India.
So
Amazing,
K-pop group is in
amazing.
India as well.
There's some, they were here, so there is some liaison thing that's happening.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
When they came, she was doing a lot of work for them, things like this. 22, 23-year-old girl, man. So your passion for Gen Z is their passion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So it was very difficult for me when we were kids to have our passion turn into a profession.
yeah,
These kids are actually turning their professions are their passion.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, oh,
That's the thing you learning. I mean, I learned from them.
yeah,
And when we were in college, we hardly used to have these assignments and all that here.
yeah,
Now these kids are doing like 5 assignments in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Is madness.
yeah,
And
yeah,
they're having fun. They're taking care. Yes, there
yeah,
are a lot of mental issues and physical
yeah,
issues,
yeah,
but they're still sailing through, man. We
yeah,
are confident, very confident,
yeah,
present, and all that. The way, I mean, so obviously they're far more mature, and I'm just amazed by their, the things that they can handle.
yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, hats off to them. Genuinely, it's a blessing that I hope their music sense improves and they
yeah.
can
Okay.
actually start listening to, AC/DC, Grateful Dead,
Yeah, yeah,
Southern
yeah,
American country rock bands, and
yeah,
Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I'm not. I do judge their music
yeah. The music taste.
sense. It's part of life, man. I
Yeah,
mean, we
yeah,
also went back to the music. We also went back to
yeah,
Beatles and Grateful
yeah,
Dead, all those things. But
yeah.
I'm sure everyone has their time.
What do you ever dare tell them about your music taste? Do they judge your music taste as well?
I listen to everything. I listen to
Yeah,
everything. I listen to Arctic Monkeys. I listen to everything. Sometimes I do play. I play music in my cabin. I
yeah,
keep playing music,
yeah,
and it's everything.
yeah,
So, but, I mean, no disrespect to Taylor Swift. Some songs are very good. Even I listen to it.
yeah,
Coldplay,
yeah,
Swedish House Mafia.
yeah, yeah.
So they are impressed. Ki, haan, okay, professor is listening to cool stuff also.
Also, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah, yeah,
not just rock and
yeah. He's not
this
totally ancient. Like he does.
not ancient.
Yeah,
So
Dosanjh. Yeah,
Dosanjh. So yeah, I listen to everything. So yeah,
listen
I
to
mean, I, I,
everything.
I do get okay, nice songs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good choice.
Yeah. I think you mentioned it at the beginning of our podcast that basically the creative process begins, one of the creative part of the creative, having a creative muscle is basically you should listen to all sort of music because it
100%.
kind of opens up your
Opens
brain
up.
and yeah,
Read comics. My I used to look up to Calvin and Hobbes, and I still look up to them. I still have actual paper clippings
yeah,
from Indian Express and HT. I have
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Soak in everything, man. Soak in the world that is out there in
yeah,
whichever form. Music,
yeah,
art, comics, movies, obviously. Listen to the classic, read the classic, read Hemingway, read
yeah,
Guy de Maupassant,
yeah,
read Henry.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, just soak in, man. I mean,
yeah,
when I'll tell you one thing, like for creative people, everything gets mishmashed,
yeah, 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 yeah,
and then
yeah,
something the super conscious throws something out there.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So how does
yeah,
it happen? No one knows.
yeah,
There's some
yeah,
magic,
yeah,
but you have to feed in your brain. You really have to feed in as much data as possible.
yeah, yeah, of
As a
course.
marketer, if you study data analytics, You're seeing every point of data that's available,
Yeah.
and you make
Yeah.
a decision based on that.
Yeah.
Same thing for any
Yeah.
advertiser or any marketer.
Yeah.
Just take in as much data as much as possible. Add everything to your brain.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. So there's a certain structure in that chaos because
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
brings out
There's
the
certain,
best in you.
there's chaos, but eventually what comes out is the structure. There's a
Yeah.
defined
Yeah.
line
What?
that
Oh,
comes
yeah.
out.
What comes out? Yeah. Is the structure.
Absolutely, very well
Yeah.
said.
Basically, this is like dumping all the thought process and everything
Yeah,
uh, in that place. So
yeah.
that, yeah. So the structure, comes out, from there, or the creativity.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I used to sit with musicians and music producers. So we written some songs, some jingle we written, and suddenly you create some music. It was out of thin air, and it's the feeling that you're feeling, right? Okay, this is the film. This is what you've written. I mean, I wrote in Rajasthani, if I can call that, for AU Bank. Certain words picked up from Rajasthani. This thing. There was a feeling that was emotion, and the way the song was created. It's out of magic, yeah. I don't know how they do it. So they said, Nikhil, the way you write, the way you come up with campaigns, the same unknown space that we have in our head that
Yeah.
creates. But you have
Yeah.
to keep feeding it. You have to keep traveling, reading, experiencing things,
Yeah.
and it goes a long way.
Okay. Speaking of classrooms and students, if you could bring one fictional character to your class as a guest speaker, who would it be and why?
Oh God, fictional person who I'd get. Tough one.
Uh-huh.
Muhammad Ali,
Muhammad Ali. The boxer.
boxer, legend.
Legend. Yeah. Yeah.
If you see his videos, he struggled quite a bit, but he still had a sense of humor. He still had a sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's the best part. In spite of all the struggles, all the
Yeah.
pain, he
Yeah.
took on everyone. And he still, his smile, he had a sense of humor, his smile, his eyes. And that's what you want. You want somebody out there to come in a class and just blow my mind away. Give me
Yeah.
the strength to move forward,
Yeah.
inspire me,
Yeah.
and, just reassure me that if I can do it, so can you.
So can you?
And I have faced more problems than you will. You're privileged.
Yeah.
And just go ahead, man. And don't waste
Yeah.
this life.
Yeah. It's the relentless pursuit.
Yeah. Also, one of the greatest, I mean, such a great person, human being, wonderful
Yeah.
soul, Sir Nelson Mandela. I mean, if you, his autobiography, was the freedom or the long walk, I'm forgetting. So it was, again, moved the entire nation.
Yeah.
And again, he had a sense of humor. Oh, yeah, man, lots of people, lots of people. Swami
Yeah.
Vivekananda.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the list goes on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hemingway,
Of
why
course.
not Hemingway, the writer, one of the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
writers,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right? Arika Kurosawa, sir. I mean, legendary Japanese filmmaker. Oh man, there's so many. We can
Yeah.
go on.
Of course, these are all amazing, in their own way, in their work.
Yeah,
Yeah, and yeah. Okay,
Freddie
that's all good.
Mercury.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry, who?
Freddie
I did-
Mercury, Queen's, the
oh, yeah,
greatest
yeah, yeah,
frontman ever.
yeah. Nice. Okay, now from fictional character to the movies. If
Yeah,
your life was a movie, what would the title be?
life is beautiful.
Life is beautiful. It's a nice title. It also, says kind of, a lot about your current life as well, because,
Yeah, the space that I am in.
yeah, the space that you are in, that's the correct way to
So
put
you
it.
just
Yeah.
be happy. You accept whatever hardship that you face, whatever's happening. You just trust. You start trusting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then
It's
it'll
going to
get
be fine,
better.
man. It's going to be fine. It's going to get
Yeah,
better. It's good. It's way better than a lot of people. There's so many people out there who are struggling, who don't have money,
yeah,
and by the grace of God, we have this. Be very
yeah,
grateful. Be very,
yeah,
very grateful.
yeah. True that. Yeah. Life is beautiful. Yeah, life is beautiful. Yeah, yeah. True that.
Yeah.
You just have to keep at it.
Keep at it.
Keep at it. Yeah. Okay, so I heard that you have a big heart for stray dogs,
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
pet.
Of course, of course, of course.
Have you ever found any surprising parallels between rescuing and nurturing dogs and the work you do, like, coaching or leadership or theater? Like, is there any, have you learned, anything, when you nurture these stray dogs?
Yeah. I'm selfish when I do
Yeah,
this. And I'll explain how. Because I want love.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I do this when I feed dogs and rescue, in our sector where I stay, just because I'm selfish, because I want their love.
yeah,
You
yeah,
do this because, when you're walking in the park, suddenly you feel, somebody's licking your fingers, and it's the dog Kallu. I forget
yeah,
his name. He's giving you love. I mean,
yeah,
it means you're very selfish.
yeah,
When you're doing theater,
yeah,
and when, just strangers come up to you and say, "Ki fantastic role."
yeah.
We had a show on 1st of March, and one stranger has said, the director is underusing you. You should have a bigger role. I said,
Oh,
tell it to
wow.
my director.
Wow. Wow. That's a nice thing.
Students. Yeah. So I got a message on my Instagram. So I use this word, in my class also sometimes, bhais ki
Yeah.
aankh, which is an Indian colloquial something. So she sent me a message which was, Sir, I'm in office and somebody said bhais ki aankh. It reminded me of you missing your
Yeah.
class. And this is what you love. This is the way I teach students. So they are not students. They are young professionals. They need love. They need respect. I
Yeah.
always treat them with respect.
Yeah.
And it's always, obviously, there's a distance between us.
Yeah.
There's a line. There's a very strong line between us. But you give them love. You give them respect. And once you do that, it just comes back to you. So I'm very
Yeah. Yeah.
selfish, man.
True that.
It's very simple.
True that.
So all these things happen because I'm very selfish. I need love. I need warmth. That's why I do it, I guess.
So the love,
That you
being,
receive back.
yeah, being selfish for love. So basically,
Yeah, yeah.
that
Selfish for
is
love and
something,
warmth.
So yeah, amazing thing to do. Yeah. Yeah. In a nutshell, that is all we want, love by being loved by someone. Yeah.
So I,
Or
yeah.
by being loved by everybody. Like,
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
yeah. What's the harm in that?
That's,
So,
important. And I always say, okay, there's a line that I wrote on my Instagram page, which was, love is like milk, the
yeah.
kind of love that we want.
Yeah.
And if you don't get that kind of love, that milk turns into curd.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the basic properties are the same,
Yeah.
but how you receive it can get different.
Yeah.
It can become cottage cheese, it can become cheese, it can become curd. You would want love. You might not get it from a person, that
Yeah.
particular
That,
person, but
yeah.
you'll get love from somewhere. Universe
But from
ensures
somewhere, yeah. 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 True that. Yeah. True that. But the
that.
problem is that most of the time, people seek love, from that very person
Yeah.
that doesn't love them,
I mean, that
that is
doesn't, that,
where the problem. Yeah.
you have to embrace everything. You have to embrace. So be
True that.
selfish.
Okay, so we are at the end of our podcast. So what's the last question would be, what's one piece of advice you would give to someone starting their career in advertising but making it sound like a movie tagline?
Oh, I'm not sure about a movie tagline, but I would say I'll give you a few pieces of advice because
Yeah.
I'm a professor, so I'll give
Yeah, yeah,
um, gentlemen this thing. Work out every day. Do not work out consistently. A strong body is really important. You have to work out every day. Why? It strengthens the mind,
yeah,
strengthens the body,
yeah,
it releases all the toxins. I'll take, 30 seconds here. When I started my advertising career, that's the time I started running also. And I was really bad at running, really bad at running. I
really.
could not run for more than 500 meters.
Yeah, okay.
So, and this is what I teach my children. Not my children, my students.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If I had a good day at work, I would come back, and that used to help me run better.
Yeah,
And in the morning, if I
yeah,
have ran for 1 kilometers, 2 kilometers, I've broken my
yeah,
15-minute record or 5 minute record,
yeah,
I'll perform better at my work. So always have something parallel with your work, which is tough, which help pushes you forward.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So let's say working out. Second thing is importance of food and health.
Importance of food. Yeah.
Eat right, eat proper. There's so many apps. Download any one of them, or don't even need apps. Just follow what your grandmother said, or the
Yeah.
elders said. Have your meals on time. Do not go empty stomach. With so many diseases and infections happening, nutrition is really important. Learn a skill, upskill
Learn.
yourself all the time. There was this junior of mine. I told her, she was an art director. Told her learn video. When she learned video, I tell her learn a bit of music. She used to curse at me. Now she does everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So you're upskilling because the future, you don't know, yeah, you might not get a job in an agency.
Yeah.
There will be, creator economy, as everyone keeps saying, creator economy and gigs and all that. So upskill yourself because the money will be less. If you as an art director, you can create a video, a short
Yeah.
film with
Yeah.
music on it, you're
Yeah.
saving that freelance money. You're
Yeah.
saving that consultancy money.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
letting that client go away. I can do this entire project for you.
Yeah.
There's use so many apps. There's Beethoven.in. You can learn, you can put the
Yeah.
prompts, you'll get the music.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
learn basic animation, put that thing, your thing is out, your music is out. You use Leonardo.ai, you get I mean, they're good images, it's fine,
Yeah.
they're not perfect. Make a film here. Upskill always. So have something challenging which
Yeah.
fuels you in your work.
Yeah.
Food, really important. Keep upskilling.
Yeah. Health, food, and
All
upskilling.
both
Sorry.
upskilling, yes.
That is something I also, kind of agree with the health and upskilling part. I resonate the most because, like you said, the job market is getting tougher day by day,
Yeah.
and the creator economy is
It's here
basically
to stay. It's here to stay.
booming.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you shouldn't, wait for a job. Meanwhile, while you are out of job, or
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
looking for a job, you should, work on your passion project and basically, keep upskilling yourself. And you never know, maybe you'll make something for yourself that you would never need to do a job.
Absolutely. Yes, 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 absolutely. Absolutely. So there's this line, right? When the storm is out there in the ocean, what
Yeah.
do the fishermen do? They make their nets stronger.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Do that, yeah. It's so simple. Keep it simple, yeah. Don't stay away from the noise. Avoid
Yeah.
the noise that's out there. Do
Yeah.
less of social media,
Yeah.
right? I always say, so I'm on social media. I don't follow influencers. Try to create content, not as much now. Create content, be the create content creator than just the consumer.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
stuff out there.
Yeah.
You'll feel happy, and there's nothing better than a hard day's work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing better.
Yeah. True that. True that. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Thank you. I mean, it was lovely, having this conversation with you because I think you have definitely opened my brain, like, to some areas. And I'm definitely going to try a couple of things that you have mentioned in order, for me to, what do you call, lighten up the creative
Yeah,
muscle. Yeah,
yeah,
if
yeah.
I have any.
No, no, everyone has, yeah. Everyone has that. But thank you
So,
for having me. Akansha means
my
a lot. Thank
pleasure.
you for this.
So from ad campaigns to classrooms and from theater stages to rescue shelters, Nikhil proves that creativity isn't just about storytelling, it's about living a story worth telling. And Nikhil,
Whoa.
thank you for sharing yours with us today on the
Thank you so
Storyteller's
much. Thank
Lens.
you so much, Akansha. Means a lot.